Hello, and welcome to So Many Levels. We're live. This is So Many Levels, episode 4, and we're ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I am Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master, and our players are Chooch Schubert.
Hello.
Oops. Gotta mute my live video. There we go. Yes. Jared Axelrod.
Hello!
Starla Huchton.
What's up?
And Vivid Muse.
Hi.
All right. So I think we're all eager to just jump right in. But we have a little bit of miscellaneous out of character business to talk about. Some rules and options and sorts of things that I didn't explain very well last time that I can just clarify for everybody. First is it's a broader subject, and it's something that I wanted to talk about just a little bit because it's something that could be trouble for a new game. Now, we're fortunate in the sense that we all know each other pretty well, so that eases some of this. But the thing I wanted to address is the idea of the difference between character conflict versus player conflict. And because in a role-playing game like this, the lines could get a little blurry, it's a good idea, I've read, makes sense, to have that be part of the game conversation when you're not in role play, to make sure that if even when there's conflict between the characters, that none of the players are feeling uncomfortable. And so on that note, because there was a little bit of suspicion and bickering in the party last time, we just want to, check in with our players to make sure everybody's feeling okay.
Absolutely, for me. That was purely the situation, it was just mighty suspicious. So, you got to ask some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was having a lot of fun with it, actually. It felt like a character development exercise that like a writer, as I am, would do, and so I found it really helpful. And I was actually going back this week. I posted on Facebook because I thought it was hilarious that I was actually researching gaslighting, specifically for D&D purposes.
Conversational tactic against.
Yeah, well, actually, I started out researching how to combat gaslighting, and basically all the advice was like, do not engage, walk away. I was like, that's not really, I can't do that. Like, where am I gonna go?
So like a good point though is that if, for example, this was a game with strangers or people that we didn't know as well, or even maybe if it was friends but like one person was you didn't know as well, and that was where the conflict was coming from. Like that's why it's helpful, I think, to have these sorts of conversations just to make sure everybody's on the same page and that there's no accidental discomfort being
Well, I think we'd all play differently if we were all strangers too. I mean, part of the beauty of having this be a gathering of friends is that there's a certain more leeway with how people act and interact than I know I certainly would play differently if I was playing with 4 strangers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
So especially there was a little bit, some of the, I know I heard from at least one listener of the previous episode who was concerned, I think, that because they didn't necessarily know everybody involved. And so from their perspective, if they're only hearing the player behavior,
right,
it's hard for them to tell if this is a player giving other players a hard time.
Well, I think it's awesome that they have that concern. I was actually really enjoying the challenge that it brought to the game, and it's kind of helping me up my game, like in the cleverness department. It's like, how can I get this guy?
And look,
sorry, Jared, I love you.
Maybe that's where we differ. I was like, well, how am I going to get this information from him, and not how am I going to get this? I need to look at my character motivations, I think.
Well, so here's something fortuitous. I was just talking a minute ago about why it might be worthwhile to have the chat up, even if during the game I can't necessarily play. Is Yvette J, who is one of the people who I spoke to about this, is actually in the chat right now and says, "Hi, great convo." So
Hi.
yeah,
Hey,
so
awesome.
you know, as I mentioned in our previous our chat and also just now, it's important, I think, in a game like this to do that sort of check-in, just make sure everybody's okay. But you know, if everybody is, then full speed ahead. All right.
All right.
Okay, so some more nitty-gritty, you know, rules sorts of things. One of the things that is possible that I didn't explain very well is the ability to do other things besides actions on your turn. Excuse me, besides attacks on your turn. And this fits a little bit into the overall umbrella of when I was saying, tell me anything you want to try to do, and I'll tell you what to roll. But unless I tell you there's a specific mechanic for something, it might not occur to you to say something like that. So, for example, one of the things that you can do, and this could have come up last time, is that you know, when Amethyst was running in and she reached the end of her movement, but there wasn't really anything she could do from that spot, and it was kind of a little bit awkward because she kind of just had to not use her action that turn. But what could have happened if I had been a little bit more on the ball and prepared to explain these things is, for example, you could have readied an action. And what that would mean is, for example, that you get your dagger ready to throw and you're watching just in case you see any enemies. And if you see any, you'll throw the dagger at them. And so that would happen. It's like postponing the action of your turn based on a certain trigger. Or you could do what's known as the dash action, which would allow you to basically move your entire movement speed again. So you could have moved farther to wherever you wanted to be, but it would use up your action. There's also actions like dodge, which would basically mean if you were expecting to get attacked and you choose to use your action to dodge, it makes you slightly harder to hit for that turn. There's also hide, which is to try to, you know, get out of sight so that the enemy doesn't know where you are. And then there's disengage, which if you are, we talked a little bit about attacks of opportunity last time. If you are up next to an enemy in melee range and you try to move away, they get an attack of opportunity on you. But if you use your action to disengage, then they can't, but it takes your attack action. You can't also attack. Unless, for example, you are a level 2 rogue, like Jared is now. He gets to do disengage as a bonus action, so he could attack and then disengage. And it's also something that goblins can do, so which is part of how your quarry is attempting to escape from you. So that just is a couple of examples of different things that you could try to do. Another, I touched on grappling just a little bit last time, but that would be one where, like, if you didn't want to attack, like swinging your sword, but you just wanted to try to grab an enemy and just like hold them still, hold them in some place to keep them from running away, that's another action that you could do. So with those examples in mind, bear in mind all of those are options. And then if there's something else that you think of, it's like, wouldn't it be cool if I could do X? Always just ask, and I will probably find a way to make you do it, because that's part of what's fun. All right. And then last but not least is just a note on the good berries. Creating the good berries is a druid spell. So Amethyst does know what they are and how to make them. If she casts the good berry spell, she would have to have it prepared. But what that means is she also knows that the magical qualities of them only last for 24 hours. So that means don't hoard them because they're not going to be any good after a full day.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
Yeah, which is why I mentioned it.
So do we know what the magical properties kind of equate to?
Yes. So basically,
so one hit point.
So the magic of it is that it gives you 1 hit point, and it would sustain as like all the food you would need for that whole day. But that's the magic element of it. If the magic wears off, it would be just like eating 1 grape. It doesn't really do anything for you. Like it might taste okay, but it's not. You know, and at that point, you probably might not taste that good anyway because it's technically, you know, it's spoiling.
Bucket for a day.
Yeah. All right. So, with all that stuff said, we're just about ready to begin here and our actual play. So let me switch over to the map view. All right, so there's a lot of stuff you can't see yet because where you guys are, that just looks like this top of my desk, is actually the same cave where you were before. Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me that the little profiles on the YouTube are going to be blocking where you guys are right now. So I'm going to kind of try to slide everything.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering where we were.
Yeah, sorry about that. It looked fine when I was planning it, but then I remembered that on the video, everybody's little thumbnails were going to be blocking the bottom. So you guys are all still in the cave where we left off last time. It's just, you know, it's the other side of this map, so I can't have them both. So, so basically, this is the goblin that is just attempted to slip in through the door. So that's about where we're going to come in. But last time you guys found this temple and you made your stealthy attack, which went pretty well until there was a violet fungus and an arrow and a smoke bomb and lots of chaos.
Yay, it was a great night.
Yeah. But so you sort of intimidated and then persuaded the last remaining goblin, who is very wounded, to give you a little bit of information about the interior of this place, and he did, and then told you if you paid him, he would tell you more, and he, with the promise of a gold piece, told you about a trap on the door, and that only he could open it for you, and you encouraged him to do so. So he did, but then as soon as it was open, he slipped away using the nimble disengage that I mentioned previously to slip away from you and start shouting, "Intruders!" But as that happens, and coincidentally timed with your rise to level 2, time seems to slow down for a moment. You guys are having an epiphany now, each of you having an epiphany moment where lots of sorts, so like everything that I'm going to describe for each of you now is all happening at the same time in this split second as the goblin starts to push through the door. Okay?
All right.
So first, Ottercree, everything, your vision seems to kind of swim for just a second. And then all of a sudden you feel your arms and legs like moving as though someone else is controlling them. And you draw your sword and you start to swing it right at Mugen's, unprotected back. And then you're trying to stop it, but you cannot stop your arm until all of a sudden your vision swims again, and your sword is still down by your side. That didn't happen at all, and it was just a vision. And this idea that this would happen, like that something might make you hurt your friends, just fills you with this rage. And as it does, this feeling, you feel that sort of like transcend, like it's being fed by an energy from somewhere outside yourself. different from what was controlling you physically, because this is tapping right into your spirit, and you don't hear anything like verbal or anything like words, but you just get this sense that this feeling that you had of just wanting revenge against anything that would just force you to do something horrible against your will, and just this idea that anything that would act like that needs to just be wiped out. You feel that meet some higher intelligence's approval, and as a result, you feel your body just flooded with this radiant energy. It burns almost like fire, but not in a painful way. It feels righteous, and you sort of feel your body just crackling with this energy in a very powerful way.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Mira, you had been starting to feel this kind of pressing in around your mind as you were interrogating the goblin, as you were seeking more information, always wanting to know where you're heading into, and wanting to be informed and understand what was going to happen next. You'd been feeling, this spiritual pressure that you're somewhat familiar with from Rushama, the spirit that you are a cleric of, but at the same time, this feels different, because this is not just associated with abstract knowledge just for its own sake. This is knowledge with a specific purpose. You are seeking information that will help you as you go into danger. And this results in an opening. It's almost like a door opening in your brain, that this connection with Rushama has now just deepened even beyond what it was before. And you just intuitively realize now that it's almost like you don't understand how you didn't know how to do it before, but you could just channel this energy directly, from the spirit all these miles away, just through your own hands. And you just feel that connection deepen. And then
did you get goosebumps, honey?
Yeah, you ought to write a book or something.
Right? Totally right.
And so meanwhile, Mugen, you've been always kind of one of these slippery characters. You try to talk your way out of stuff when you can, and that's your preferred way to do things. But there have certainly been times where, whoops, that conversation went bad. Let's get out of here.
Absolutely.
And so it's always been something that you're kind of good at anyway. But as you watch the goblin slipping out of the party's grasp and sort of diving in through the door, the way that he just kind of ducks and weaves away from the group, it just clicks. You see what he's doing, and you're just like, well, I could do that. And you understand what he's doing, and it's just like, it makes perfect sense. He's about your size, and he just does this little move, and you're just like, oh, well, look at that. That's a very effective move. I could do that.
It's all in the hip wiggle.
Yeah. And and so just all of the possibilities of ways that you could use this newfound nimbleness, this cunning action, if you will. That's the name of the power, everybody. It fills your mind with possibilities. And then last but not least, Amethyst. Okay. One other thing is going to happen before we get to you, Amethyst, and that is your newfound understanding of that type of movement, Jared, gives you an insight. Like, you see the goblin making this move as he's doing it, and so your just instinctive understanding of what it is that he's doing is going to give you and only you an opportunity to get your hands on him before he slips all the way in the door.
Oh, I take it.
Yeah?
I'm taking that opportunity. I'm getting my little grubby hands on him.
Just grabbing him?
Yeah. We're going to tussle.
Yeah. Okay, so what I need you to do is to make a strength check. Just do a roll.
This will not go well.
Well, it's contested against the goblin.
Well, hopefully he does not have much strength either. Oh, that's nice. So even with my -2, that's a 16.
Nice. So basically, as you see him starting to slip in, you just like before you even realize you're doing it, you've just grabbed him around the shoulders. But it was a little bit like you almost didn't expect to be doing it, and so his momentum kind of carries you both in to flop in just inside the door. But you have got him wrestled right now. He cannot move until he breaks the grapple.
Did we ever find out his name? Does he have a name?
You didn't ask.
Yeah.
Nobody asked.
He's not that important. He's gonna die shortly.
So in any case,
Well, we'll find out.
But he has now pulled the two of you inside. And so now we go to Amethyst. And you remember, as you see them disappear through this doorway, you remember the feeling you had when you knew he was wounded inside the cave, but you couldn't see where he was with the smoke. You wanted to heal him, and you couldn't find him, and you were concerned for him. And now he is going into danger again. And this protective instinct you feel just suddenly starts to mesh with the nature, the energy of nature all around you. And again, kind of like with how I described with some of the others, is just sort of this understanding of, well, of course I could do this. How did I not realize it before? And you are familiar enough with druids to know that some druids are able to transform their physical form, but now you just know how. No one had to teach you. It just nature showed you the way. And the feelings you had of this protective impulse, you find yourself growing, and fur starts sprouting all over your body, black and white fur and claws and teeth. And all of a sudden you have transformed into an enormous panda.
You laugh now. You laugh, but pandas have opposable fucking thumbs.
Awesome.
I was very careful. But I also love pandas.
So it is actually your choice now as a character to say, does your gear, it can kind of sort of magically just meld with your form and just be tucked out of the way, or it can just basically fall to the ground next to you, which would mean it's still sort of available, but somebody would have to carry it. And you specifically mentioned the opposable thumb. So like if you wanted the bear to try to hold the quarterstaff or something, you could do that. Although I would say you would not be proficient in that form.
Right. That I get.
Yeah. Besides with your bear, you got claws, you got teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now this frozen moment of epiphany shatters, leaving each of you with a new understanding of your new abilities and just this renewed strength of just this understanding of this is adventuring. You can do this. All right. And now let's roll for initiative.
I rolled 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
19.
I still don't know if that's good or bad.
That's good.
Well, it's good. You get to go first.
Oh, shit.
11.
Okay.
Did you get mine?
What did you say?
19.
19. Okay, so you're right there.
15.
15. Okay. Shoot, let me try to get this to I don't know why I don't get to roll it again. Okay, so all right. So right now where we are is Mugen and the goblin are currently grappled. They're like, he's got the goblin kind of pinned, but the goblin is squirming. Like he's currently held still, but he's not like he's not like restrained. He's just like got a Mugen on top of them. And they are just inside the door, so you can't really see anything inside the room yet.
Sounds like a medical condition.
But it is your turn, Amethyst. So whatever you would like to do. If you want to just go ahead and wallop the goblin, you could, but you'd be
rob me of my revenge.
You what? Rob you of your revenge. I would never do that to you, honey. Can I ask a question before we start?
Yes.
I was tracking people's health points, and I know that everybody's just gone up. So can I ask what those are, and can I holler to Mugen to eat a damn good berry?
So Mugen is down one. Right. So his current. We didn't have you, or I didn't get your roll, Jared. So I need you to roll a 1d8.
Oh, I already did that.
Okay, what was your new total?
New total is 16.
16. Okay. Let me update that. So you are now at 15 of 16.
Unless you eat a good berry.
Yeah. And then Autarky is down 5 from his total. So it's I think 13 of 18.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Jared. Can you just tell me again what it was? I just lost it in the
16.
few seconds.
16.
All right. Okay. All right. And plus 6 equals. There we go. All right. So, if you want to let, so bear in mind, you don't know what's in the rest of this room yet.
Right.
You also can't move all the way into the room now because you're big now.
Yeah.
You are
move out the way.
Yeah. So you could take a swipe at the goblin on the ground while Mugen's holding him down. If you want to do that. Otherwise, you could sort of you could ready an action like I mentioned, or you could whatever you want. But right now you still don't know what's in the rest of the room.
Right.
So. Up to you. It's your turn.
Amethyst, I was just kidding. If you want to bash his brains in, go ahead.
Oh, I get it now. Since I'm going first. What's your hit points, Nira?
I'm at 20. I'm full up.
Okay. No pressure with that music either.
So as a bear form, you now have the attacks from the bear stat block that I sent you. So your attacks now, instead of your weapons and stuff, I have them up so I can tell you what you have: a bite attack and a claw attack, and so you can basically on a turn you can do one of each. You can like, so if you're within range, which you can be if you want, you can try to claw the goblin and you can try to bite it.
I would like to claw the goblin, please.
All right, so
can I hold on 1 second? No, it's not my turn, but
if you decide,
I have guidance. So, and it's as a cantrip, just so to make sure she doesn't hit Mugen.
We're in initiative now, so
no.
Yeah,
she knows how clumsy I am already.
No, you're not gonna hit Mugen. I mean, you're in better control than that.
Okay.
They're kind of on top of each other. So
if you roll a 1, then maybe we're talking about something else. But so basically, also just let me reinstate, like, if you want to attack him, that's cool. That's what we're doing. But like, you know, remember, you always have the option to do anything you would like. But if you want to claw him,
I would like to claw him.
Roll the d20 and add 5.
Oh shit! I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Now you get to laugh, Nara.
Well, no. Okay, so you actually get to roll at advantage because he's prone.
Okay.
So roll one more time and add 5.
Oh, 17 plus 5, 22.
There you go. Okay. So now, guess how much damage your claws do? 2d6 plus 4.
Wow.
You only had 1 hit point, so
yeah,
I think you're good.
I'm mutilating him for you, Nara. 5, and what?
2d6 plus 4. Yeah. All right.
14.
14 is plenty. So you basically
rip him in half.
You just you just slash your claws and you just rip this chop.
I feel so much better.
Panda doing this, like.
Right.
What?
I'm picturing a panda doing this. It's hilarious.
A panda with a bad day.
Actually, you know, it's funny. I'm doing bear noises. I actually am not 100% sure if that's what pandas sound like. I'm going to assume they are because I don't know what sound they would make otherwise.
Well, baby ones squeak.
Aww.
That's it. Yeah. So you wield your giant claws and go.
Squeak. So I think we have my nickname for my bear form, Squeaky or Squeaker.
Squeaky.
Squeak.
All right, so yeah, you've got Mugen. You are now sitting on top of one dead goblin. I'm going to leave that token there just because you're lying on top of him, just to remind everyone that it's there right now. But so because you have not used your movement, you would be able to move now. But I'm telling you that you can't currently push past. No, okay, I take that back. Players can move through other players' spaces.
I mean, I certainly can.
Yeah, well,
yeah, Mugen's spry.
Mugen as a rogue, and so Mugen has an ability that lets him do that even with enemies. Is that even if an enemy was blocking a hallway, you could duck past him. But anyone can move past other players.
Okay.
So if you want to use your movement now to move into the room, you actually also still have one additional attack. You could try to bite something if you go into the room and see something you want to try to attack. So this is still Amethyst.
Oh, all right.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Jared.
No,
okay,
no, because you haven't used your movement.
Oh.
And you have a second attack. Your bear form can do 1 bite attack and 1 claw attack in a turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna head in front of Mugen into the room. I guess I'm the meat shield.
Yep.
That's my
goal.
goal.
So as you just sort of, storm into the room. Boom, boom, boom. The doors are pushed open now, so I'm going to go ahead and tell everyone you can all see into the room now. So what you see is it's a simple stone room, stone and walls and floor. It's not a cave anymore. It's actual rooms. Now it's dimly lit with these braziers. Dim lighting just does mean that for anyone without dark vision, which is only you, Amethyst, perception checks would be a disadvantage. Everyone else can see just fine, but it is dimly lit. These are braziers. You see that there's a door here. So as you face into the room, on your left there's two doors, one double door and one single door. So if we were to do it at a clock, so as you enter the room, there's a door at 9 o'clock. There's a door at 10 o'clock. And then straight forward into the room, it goes further in, and what you see is the horse that the dark figure was riding during the goblin attack in the wagon is tied up here by a big basin of water. And then there's another door behind it. And that's what you can see from where you are. except you also do see a goblin right here, standing there looking very surprised.
As anyone would if a panda just walked.
He is not surprised
No one
for the
suspects
purpose
the
of
panda.
combat. He does get his turn, but he did not expect a panda.
So
you can go and
attack him?
Yep, you can go and try to bite him if you want.
I would like to bite that goblin. Luna's got my back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luna.
All right, Luna, come on. So now do another attack, D20 plus 5.
9 plus 5.
So that's a 14. Unfortunately, the goblin is able to dance away from your snarling bare teeth, lunging at him. He's able to jump out of the way, and so unfortunately, you miss him. But now it is Nira's turn.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to that dead goblin. I would like to scoop up the coin I gave him. It's mine.
Well, okay, that's going to take your action.
Ah.
I love your reaction. It's so teenage, Elf. Wow, you nailed it.
Okay. So maybe that can wait. Loot the bodies after everything's dead, right? Okay. All right. So, well then, I would like to go just inside the room. So, like, I'm pointing at the screen. This is dumb. Why do we do this? Okay. Yeah, right there. And then, as is probably predictable, sacred flame, please.
All right. So the goblin.
It's my favorite.
The goblin doesn't know exactly what you're trying to do, but he's ready to jump out of the way. But then, as you're inside, the ceiling is only about like 10 feet. And so when you've cast this before outside, you're used to seeing this column descending from the sky. But in this case, all of a sudden, as though nothing above you were there, the fire just emerges from the ceiling right over this goblin. Engulfed in this bright white radiant flame. So roll your damage.
I don't have these. I really gotta get better about this.
It
is
1d8.
Yeah, I just found it. This guy. 6.
Okay, so you see the fire sort of engulf him, and he kind of squeals this horrible little screechy as he is burned, and then as the fire sort of dissipates, he is looking mighty crispy, but still standing. So he kind of is just like, so he's kind of burned, but like he's still standing. All right. Are you going to use the rest of your movement? Because you only just kind of moved about 10 feet. You could move another little bit if you wanted.
Let me get out of the way, maybe. Back towards the side of the horse. That way.
Oh, okay. So kind of go like this?
No, against the wall. One, two. There you go.
So as you get closer to this door, all of a sudden you hear you hear a snarling, and the door, which is kind of it's another like the door you came through. It was a stone door, but it's sort of been smashed out of its original fitting and sort of like jury rigged back, and you see it sort of jerk as though something has slammed against it from the other side, and you hear a snarling sound.
Oh, great.
At least it's still on the other side of the door.
For now.
I didn't know what was happening then.
Someone woke up the baby.
Yeah.
You were worried about the panda, and then you threw a sacred flame. I mean, come on. There's no subtlety for either of us on that.
All right. So, Otterkey, it's your turn.
All right. So since I still can't see, I would do a similar thing. I would charge a step into the room to assess the situation. And seeing the goblin is the only threat, I would charge towards him to attack.
All right.
With my sword.
Yep. Make your attack.
Rolled a 12 plus 5, so 17.
Yep. So he only has 1 hit point, so you don't even really need to roll damage unless you want to. But this goblin is just kind of like, he looks like he was about ready to try to move, but you know how when you have a really bad sunburn, it's just like everything hurts to just like even move. You're just
right.
It's like a million times worse than that, and so he is not very agile as he attempts to get out of the way, and you just sever his head with a clean swipe of your sword.
That's gotta smell terrible.
Right. All right. So that is your turn. All right, Mugen, you're up.
So I'm gonna get that gold piece off the guy.
All right. All right.
You are not helping.
Delicious.
That does count as your action.
Yeah.
But you can still move.
All right. How far can I move?
You have a movement speed of 25, I believe. So that's 5 squares.
All right. Let's get as far past those braziers as I can into the other chamber.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay right there. Or you can move another one.
No, on the other side.
Wait.
On the other side.
Like here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. You could be right there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Oh,
like
wait.
that?
Do I pass near her as I go?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to flip her coin at her.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Glitters in the flickering light. And so Nira, make a dexterity check.
Oh, that didn't go well. Unless you let me cast a.
So roll +2.
Yeah. With a +2, it's only a 7.
Okay. Well, this was not hard. He did flip it right at you, but it's more. It's not that you don't catch it. It's more that you kind of look like whoa.
Careful there, Chooch.
A little clumsy catching it.
Oh, he gave it back to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like taunting me with it.
No, he flipped it at you.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah. All right, and so this goblin is dead, so I'm going to remove the token. All right. So now, let's. Okay, the door jerks again, but it still seems pretty secure on its hinges. But you hear this sort of more growling and this sort of, and you understand in Goblin, Nira, that what you have just heard is sort of a monstrous voice going, "Out! Let me out!"
Awesome.
Right?
That could be really good or really bad.
And then, so from this door right here, which is the one that's kind of to 10 o'clock as you come in, the door opens and out steps the hobgoblin. So he is the size of a human. He has red skin. He's in full chainmail and has a long sword and a shield. And so he's got, kind of large goblin-like fangs and kind of pointed goblin ears and kind of like black hair, but it's well groomed into kind of a neat, like efficient ponytail. And he just kind of he steps into the room like, "What is going?" And then he kind of sees
I leave here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, a panda, an elf. He doesn't see Mugen because you're over around this way. But he just steps into the room, and then as he kind of sees you, he stops for a moment, and as his surprise fades, He does not rush to attack. He just says, "Clearly, you have wandered into the wrong cave. Honor requires me to offer you the opportunity to surrender. Lay down your arms, and you will be well treated as prisoners until the wizard decides what to do."
You got jokes.
He seems very serious. So it is your turn again, Amethyst.
I'm a bear, so I can't talk.
That's true.
My question is, the question I have, it's more high pitched. Remember, squeak, squeak. So can I understand what everybody else is saying,
yes,
or am I just a dumb bear?
That was actually the email that I tried to send you and accidentally sent to Starla. Your mind is the same in this bear form, so you can understand everything. You can think just as clearly. It's only a physical transformation.
And so the threat is next to. So
Mira. I should add, when he made this offer, he
there
made
he
it
is.
in perfect common. It's not. He was not speaking Goblin. He's very, very clear, perfect common. So everybody understood what he said.
All right. Well, I can't answer him, but I would like to move between him and the rest of my party. So I guess in front of
like right there.
Yeah.
You're getting within melee range.
I just move me back closer to Autocray. I just want to be able to block anything that goes at him.
All right.
Because I don't know what the hell this guy's bringing.
Okay, so remember that this is an example of where you could hold an action. So like you could hang there ready. Like if he made an aggressive move, you could swipe at him with your claws or something.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. What would you call that action?
You were readying an action, is what that's.
I'm doing that.
All right. So you're up, Nira.
Right. So, can I get Mugen's attention? Not very subtly, just kind of check where he is, and see if he knows what's going on here. Can I see him where he is?
Well, so you can see him because he's behind he's lit by the brazier. So you can see him, but any movement you try to make, the hobgoblin can also see you, so he might notice if you try to signal him.
Oh, right now I'm.
But Mugen would have heard what the guy said, so.
Yeah.
I totally know what's going on. That's why I'm hiding.
I'm contemplating this door behind me, y'all.
Oh no!
Danger zone.
Chaos has entered the dungeon. I really want to know what that is. I really want to know.
We'll have plenty of time to find out.
A magical trilobite.
Okay, yeah, you saw something that you can't see that yet.
No, we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Where'd Mugen go?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, that's what happens.
Hitched a ride.
Yeah, and then you were.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not speaking in Goblin. This is going to be in Common.
Right. Yeah. This hobgoblin is clearly smarter than the little goblins you were fighting before. He can just see intelligence in his bearing.
Okay. So to the goblin, say, it sounds like somebody's in trouble behind this door here. Maybe we should open it up and let him out.
He just looks at you kind of like, you think I don't know who and what is within my own quarters?
Well, I'm just saying we could help you. I'm right here.
He kind of smiles. Go ahead.
Y'all, I'm really curious.
Oh, Jesus.
No, don't do it.
Damn it.
All right, so that's your turn.
Archie, eat your good berry.
Autarky is you're up.
Eat it. I think you're muted.
Oh, yeah, you're muted.
In my newfound wisdom, I would like to cast a command.
After you eat good berry.
Command. So
essentially, I point my sword towards him and yell, grovel.
Okay. And so he gets to make a wisdom saving throw. And it looks like it is not going to be enough. So as you point your sword and grovel and shout the word, you see his eyes kind of just glaze over at first. And so nothing happens until it's his turn again. But you see that it's had an effect. So now it's your turn, Mugen.
Right.
I should note that all of this activity has got the horse here pretty nervous. It's kind of skidding around, it's dancing around and making nervous whinnying noises.
Oh, there's a horse over there.
Yeah, this is the horse that the guy who was who stole the box. This was his horse. You see it tied up.
And I thought that's why you went over there.
Water. Yeah.
Well, I was definitely going over there because there was something over there. I didn't know it was a horse.
Yeah, this is a horse and a basin of water.
All right. Well, I'm totally going over to that horse.
All right. What are you doing? You gonna try to calm down this horse?
Yeah, right.
It seems very nervous.
I mean,
do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, those fireworks worked so well last time.
Well, so it is tied up too. So I'll let you.
First action is going to be to untie the horse. I guess that's
okay. Turns out this horse is sufficiently nervous that you don't even need your firework. As soon as you have got the rope lifted, it like rears up and just charges out. So make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god. I'm so stressed out right now, you guys. Oh, Jesus. It's like having 3 days. Oh my god.
16.
16. That's enough. So you dance out of the way as this horse is just charging through. And Nira, you also need to make a dexterity.
I was heading for the door. I'm not in front of the door.
You're close enough, and it's kind of
I just rolled
wild.
a 20.
Okay, well, there you also managed to sidestep neatly as this horse you guys left the door open, and it sees the outside. It is out of there.
Oh.
Did you loot it, Mugen? Did you loot it?
All right. You have a little bit more movement left if you want to do something with it. Okay. I should point out that up here, you see that there is actually another door right here, seemingly to the same room that the hobgoblin came out of.
Oh, can I go too? Did I stop?
Yeah. You have two more
going
stairs.
to the door. Yeah, let's see what's
through the door.
Like.
Okay.
Now that everyone's distracted by a horse.
Right. So as you go through this doorway, you see that this is a small room. This is clearly where the hobgoblin has been hanging out. There's kind of a bedroll in the corner and some various supplies in like a little crate that's been used as like a table. There's also kind of a very ominous looking rune on the floor. It's like glowing red glass etched into the floor in a strange shape like that. There's also a brazier that is not showing because of where the map is. So there's a brazier behind it, if you see, that is actually glowing much more brightly than the others. It's almost kind of, and it's not producing any smoke. So there's something a little weird about it. So that's what you can see. So you can't really do anything more, but you see it now.
I do see it.
Yes. So now you see the this door up by the front that is got a something behind it. You see it shakes again, and you see that the hinges kind of give off dust, like they're being damaged with yet another, forceful slam. It's like, out, let me out. And it's still speaking in this sort of very guttural goblin. So Nira, you understand what it's saying. Everyone else is just hearing, but it is still trapped for the moment. All right. Okay, so it is the hobgoblin's turn, but still, under the influence of this spell from Autocree, kind of, it drops its sword and shield. It kind of then drops to its knees, and you can see it almost like starting to frown, like, what am I doing? But it can't resist the compulsion. It puts its hands up and says, please don't hurt me. Please, please. And so he is down on his knees. All right, so he is down on his knees, groveling as you commanded. And now it is your turn again, Amethyst.
Oh, crap.
Get him.
I want to eat him.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to go up and bite him while he's down like that? You'll be at advantage with your attack.
Yes. I want to do that.
Groveling. Okay, great. So roll your attack +5. And then roll it. So roll the D20 twice. Pick the higher one. And then add 5 to that.
My initial thought was we could subdue him. And
if you want to.
Killing's great.
Yeah, if you want to shout out, like, wait, don't kill him yet. You
guys are a bloodthirsty crew. I just want to point that out.
You should do that real soon. I got a lot of rage to vent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just knock him out.
All right.
All right.
So, if you want to make sure you're doing non-lethal damage, that's okay. So you can still do your attack, and you could potentially, even if he would go unconscious, he won't be dead. He'll be unconscious, not dead. If you want to do that.
Dang it. I wanted to eat him.
Or squish him.
Well, just because he called out, if you want to eat him, you can still do it.
Can I knock him instead?
Well, you get to do a bite and a claw.
Wow, that's real tempting.
A gentle mauling.
A mauling with intention to subdue, not kill.
Okay, so you're doing with your bite first or your claws first?
Jesus. If I want him to live, I don't know. It sounds like overkill either with both of them. Let me claw at him.
Okay, so D20.
Wait, whoa. If I hit him, I might break his spell.
Yes, actually, it will if he takes damage.
My entire intention was just to get him on his knees for a second so we can knock him out.
All right, well, I'm going to pretend like I knew that, and I'm going to swing at the sucker.
Yeah, so his spell would only last this turn anyway.
Yeah.
So I rolled twice, and my highest was 16. I can't remember what you said to add to it.
5. So that's 5. Plenty, especially with him on the ground like that. So this was your claws. So roll 2d6 plus 4.
4
of non-lethal damage.
13.
Okay. You just you kind of relax the sharpness of your claws, but you just wallop this hobgoblin right along the side of the head with your giant panda paw, with opposable thumb, as apparently they have, and just wham, and it just knocks him against the wall, and he is just out cold, but still breathing.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't want to bite him now. So,
you're going to refrain from biting him then?
Yeah, but I want to stay there between.
There's no point unless you want to kill him, which you would have killed him just then if you had been trying. So, Autocree, is your turn.
No, isn't it my turn?
No, I'm sorry. You're right. Nira.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Nira.
Okay, so I want to go up to that door. I think I have enough. I have 6 No, not that door. Not that door. No.
Oh, okay. Which door that Mugen went to?
I want to back away from the door,
Okay.
but I want to go up to where the hobgoblin is and check out the room.
1, 2, 3. Well, let's see. 1, 4, 5. So you could get.
Yeah, just to the doorway.
Just there. So yeah, I'll say that you can kind of peek in and see it around the corner here. But,
Can I see Mugen?
You can't see Mugen, but you can see the brazier and the rune.
All right. Now, is it possible? Like, can I see enough of the rune that I know anything about it?
Make an Arcana check.
That'd be 3. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so it's just 3 with your addition. Okay.
Yes, with.
So it's obviously a rune, and you feel like you've studied these. You should know more about it, but maybe it's just the excitement or your confusion about what was in that room behind that other door. But you cannot place what this thing is right now, even though you've studied things like this, but you can't bring to mind any details right now. All right, so now Autocrate, it's your turn.
Okay, so it's a little crowded there now.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
My inclination is to tie him up.
Okay.
If I can squeeze in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll make that allowance. That let's say Amethyst maybe moved back a little bit.
Are you calling me fat?
I'm calling the giant panda fat.
No,
Well,
I was
fat.
saying
It's
that.
big. He's huge.
I was saying that to Archie.
He's also fat.
Okay. So you have.
Just gotta say, great
But she is
right
also
right hook.
Okay. So you have rope in your pack, and so you're going to use your action to tie him up.
Yeah.
Okay. He's unconscious and not struggling, so I'm not going to make you roll for that. All right. Mugen, your turn.
I wanna know more about this symbol here.
Okay. Well, so you can make
Maybe an insight? Would that
investigation.
investigation. All right.
Insight is for people.
I see. All right, let's investigate.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna investigate so hard.
Aha. Do it. Do it. We want to
a
see you
raging
investigate.
clue.
Oh yeah. I do have a raging clue. Because that's a 20.
All right.
Oh my gosh, it's the raging.
So,
You investigated all over that room.
I
So
know.
you,
It is covered with my investigation.
as soon as you take a look at this thing, now that the pressure seems to be off, at least for the moment, you kind of say, "Oh, you've seen one of these before. It's used for communication. You stand on it and you can communicate with someone somewhere in another location as though they were standing right in front of you. That's what it's for."
Praying.
It's like a telephone.
Do I have enough moves to stand on it and then say something?
Oh no.
You do. Is that what you want to do?
Oh yeah.
Party of
Tangle on
disaster. Let me open the door with the monster first.
I can't cast Entangle on Mugen, right? It's not my turn.
So,
No, I love it. I love it. We need these answers.
So you step on it. Do you wait for someone to kind of answer, or you're just right
no,
out the gate?
I talk first.
Okay, go for it. are you saying?
Hello.
So like you're not literally seeing this with your eyes. It's the magic doing it, but it's very much as though you now see someone standing right in front of you. It is the dark figure that was, that stole the box, but now the hood is down and you can see it looks more or less like a human, but the skin is like the color of stainless steel. And the eyes are glowing green.
Ooh.
And And at first, like, the attention was not, like, on you, but then, like, as you say hello, it just looks up. Just frowns in kind of mild confusion.
Oh, sorry, wrong number. And then I hop up.
Okay. All right. All right. So, as you're all kind of watching that occur, all of a sudden, this door just blasts off of its hinges.
Of course it does.
And what squeezes into the room is an enormous, monstrous, hunchback wolf with a face that almost looks a little bit more like... Oops, dropping stuff. Can you still hear me? We're not... I dropped my cable modem off the desk, but it's still functioning. All right. Yay! So this thing, it's the size of Amethyst now. It's like it's grizzly bear sized. It has kind of a hunchback, and if its face is almost like wolf merged with goblin. It's wolfish and it's snarling, but there's also like there's more of an intelligence in its eyes. And you can see that there's kind of a saddle on its back, leading you to believe that this is perhaps the boss's mount that the goblin told you about.
That's messed up.
And so it smashes through the door, and that takes its action for the turn. But it is it immediately looks across the room and sees its boss, its keeper, unconscious, tied up, and just snarls with rage and trails of slobber. So it used its turn to break out, though. So it is now your turn again, Amethyst.
So the only threats in the room is what?
Jet in the chat. You let out the gimp.
No.
Oh yeah, look, all of these people in the chat. I haven't been watching any of that.
I guess somebody should do that. So I'm just gonna. So the only threats in the room right now, though, is the hobgoblin that's tied up and
he is out cold and tied up. So
okay, so I want to get to this.
Probably where you ought to focus your attention.
I'm just making sure because I can't remember.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Lugan hung up on that spirit, right? We don't have to do that yet.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. So I want to get closer. How close can I get to it?
Let me just double check. Your movement speed as a bear is actually 40 feet, so you can easily just get right up to it.
All right, I want to. We think it's the boss's steed.
Yeah.
I kind of want to eat it, unless somebody shouts at me not to. I'm still hungry, but
Eat it.
Fight that thing. It is,
made
by
of
the way,
bamboo.
it is a warg, is what it is. WORG is what this thing is. So, roll your d20 and +5.
Uh, 9 + 5, 14.
Okay, so you do that's a hit. So roll your 1d8 +4 damage.
2 + 4, 6.
Okay, so you manage to get a chunk out of this thing's shoulder and kind of like tear it away, and you see blood dripping down its shoulder, but it is you just made it mad.
Now I want to hit it.
And now attack with your claws, so roll another d20 +5.
9. 15 + 5, 20.
Okay, you hit it again, so roll your 2d6 +4.
2, 5, 7, 11.
Okay. This time you do more damage. You kind of get it like a little bit like across the base of its neck with your claws, and you can see it's bleeding a lot now, but it is still moving just fine. It is
Awesome.
Still raring to go, and in fact, it is kind of extra mad now.
Great.
But so
got its attention.
it is your turn, Nira.
Sacred Flame.
All right.
Well, I don't want to hit her with an arrow, so.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, babe. I appreciate it.
As it kind of you can see its eyes flick over to you as you speak the incantation, and then it kind of it sort of hops to one side, and as the flame column descends into the room, it misses and leaves just steaming, burnt moss from the stone floor.
Sadness.
Did you want to move as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the room and kind of cross to that other 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6. Yeah. No. Go back one. Go back one. Right there.
Okay. All right. So Otacree, it is your turn.
We'll move to engage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get in melee range.
Sweet. Then let's see, bonus action.
Huh?
My divine smite.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Well, you roll to see if you hit first, because if you
gotcha.
miss, then you don't.
Oh, gotcha.
count.
Yeah, since it's a bonus,
So
you can
if
do it
you
whenever.
hit, then you do the extra.
Right on.
Eat it, baby.
Roll. 7, 13.
13 just hits. So roll your and what I'll also tell you, guess what this thing is? It's a monstrosity.
+2.
Yeah. So
Nerd.
yeah.
Oh,
So you've
plus my
got your
dueling fighting style. So
yeah. So 1d8 plus
1d8.
7 because it's a monstrosity.
So 1d8, I get 4 plus 5 plus 7 because it's monstrosity plus 2 because dueling with a single weapon.
Yeah. Well, so so it should be a total of +7 because it's your strength, your and with strength, not proficiency.
Oh, I already had the
Then the
right.
+2
I already
for
had
the
the dueling added in.
Yeah. So it should be a
Cool.
total of +7 with everything. So
Gotcha.
4 plus 7, 11.
Right.
Okay, so
And
I'm gonna some instinct tells you that although this divine smite is going to be an awesome thing, once you are in the right time to use it, it's unnecessary in this case because your monster slaying longsword that Travis gave you, you just slice this thing's throat, and it just falls limp, and it is dead. And we are now no longer in initiative. You have dealt with all of the threats in this room. All right.
And I'd like to use
Congratulations.
my thaumaturgy cantrip and
Yeah?
close that door to the hallway.
This one?
No, because that one's broken. Yeah.
Right.
Where the horse went.
Okay. You just. Oh yeah. So you just snap your fingers and these doors just go boom, slam shut.
Oh, good. We're trapped.
Very
No more surprises.
yeah.
Well, it can't open. It can only open from the inside, right? That's what you said.
Right. Yeah. It's not locked.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's getting in.
He made it close. Yeah. So
So nobody else coming in through there except the cell swords, probably.
So just let me briefly look at your XP 100. Okay, 300 total. So you each get 75 XP for that encounter.
Sweet.
Right, so the first thing I want to do, I want to go back and look at this rune again
Okay.
because I didn't see what Mugen saw. So
Yeah. So you're you want to have him tell you what he saw or what he knew about it, and then I'll give you advantage with another Arcana check.
What, Jared?
What?
Don't stand on it. Just don't. Just don't.
You know what this thing does?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a chatterbox squiggle.
It's a what? What did you call it?
Chatterbox. You want to talk to somebody over here, but they aren't over here. They're over there. So you got to talk to them over there. They have one of these. You have one of these. Don't stand on it, though. This is not a good one.
Oh, okay. So now, do you want me to roll so I can figure out what the hell he's talking about?
Yeah. So do an Arcana check with advantage. So roll the d20 twice. Pick the higher one.
16 and which is good because the first time I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So 16 and Arcana is +2, so 18.
Yeah. Okay. So despite the fact that like you say, oh, of course I know what these are. But what you know, unfortunately, is basically just what he kind of told you already. Which
do I know if it has a name though?
Because
he might have. Yeah, he called it the chatterbox thing. So I'm assuming.
Oh, well, I mean, it's so name. What it is it is a runic spell. But the thing is, it does have a lot of sort of idiomatic names because it's amongst runic magic. It's one of the easier ones to do. It's relatively straightforward if you kind of have the knowledge base to do runic magic at all, which takes some arcane energy. So it would be like a wizard or a sorcerer would need to make it. Or someone else could do it potentially with specialized training. But so it was clearly manufactured though for a specific purpose that it is, it has sort of not a matching one, but it has a receiver point. Like whoever created it, designed it so that whoever stands on it can speak to them wherever they are.
Okay. So I'm trying to find a good word for this. There's going to be something fancier for it. I'm sure there is.
You would probably have known it as a far speak rune.
There we go. Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
because you got a high Arcana, I'll also say that out of the corner of your eye, you notice that this brazier is definitely not normal. That's all because that wasn't your primary inspection. That's all you got.
All right. So, Mugen, did you do anything with this?
Absolutely not.
So believable.
Look at that brazier over there. It's so weird, right? There's no smoke.
And it's so.
I don't think I want to know. I want to go over and check out the brazier.
Sorry, I was muting to try to calm a barking dog. You're checking out the brazier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so then I'll walk over to the hobgoblin that's tied up.
All right.
Cool.
So, Amethyst, just because you're familiarizing yourself with your new abilities, you could now, if you wanted, easily just transform back into your human shape, but you can do 2 animal transformations without resting. So a short rest or a long rest replenishes those 2, but you've used one by transforming this time. So if you change back to human, you'll be able to do it one more time without resting.
Okay.
Or you can stay there for up to an hour.
I think I want to walk over to the basin and sniff around and see if there's anything there that I can detect, because I know I have better smell as a bear than as a human.
This water in this basin, it smells like really good. Like somehow, even though it's in this inside, it's in a cave, it looks like it seems like it ought to be like probably dirty or dusty or kind of stale, but it smells like fresh, like it's the purest of mountain streams.
So it's not from the stream outside of this dungeon.
No, unlike the stream that was very sort of polluted. This water seems like it's like the cleanest water you've ever seen.
Is there anything? Oh, I can't do any kind of investigation or anything like that.
Well, no,
I'm still in bear form.
You still have your mind and your senses. Okay. So like you can't like physically manipulate stuff necessarily as well. Right. But you can still draw conclusions about the things that you see. Yay. So if you want to do an investigation check, I can tell you a little more.
I would love to do that.
Actually, yeah, just do an investigation check, which is
okay. Is that D20?
Yep. And it's yours is +1, so
it's 11 + 1.
Okay. So I kind of told you a little bit already that just from smelling it, you realize that this water is kind of surprisingly fresh smelling given where you've found it.
Right.
But then as you're inspecting the basin a little closer, you look to see that like dust, just the gradual dust particles coming from the air seem to kind of, as they look like they would start to settle into it, they just kind of separate as though to avoid falling into the basin. Like there's some very subtle magical energy keeping it fresh.
Okay.
That's all you can really tell about it without doing something more sophisticated.
Yeah. Which I'm guessing I can't do because I've already
you could try drinking it.
No,
your bear smell says that it smells really good. It's
water.
You do have some kind of warg blood in your mouth.
I guess I'm not that worried about it. It's not. I did just eat like 3 different things.
Yeah.
Nice rinse.
Are you gonna drink some?
Gargle with it.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
rinse the taste of worry out of my mouth.
Just lower. This is kind of a new experience for you because this is your first time doing this in bear form. Like it feels very intuitive, and yet rationally you can still recognize this as a novel experience that you just kind of stick your face and go into this water. And just as it smelled, like it tastes just like this is the purest of water, despite its unusual location. And in fact, as you drink it, you feel a little bit invigorated, almost as though there's kind of a healing energy in it. But you're already at full HP, so there's no change in that respect. But you definitely feel better, a little bit energized, having drank this water.
So is my turn over?
Yeah, we're not really in turns right now, but
that's right. Okay.
But Ottercree did go to take a look at this hobgoblin, so let's let him.
Okay, can I just say real quick, hey guys?
Well, you can go.
This water. Oh shit! Damn it! It's by my own petard. Damn it!
Gonna need more squeaking over there from the bear.
So forgetful. Forgetful bear.
So do we want to question this one or kill it?
He's still out cold, so if you want to question him, you'll have to wake him up.
Yeah. That's what I'm just going to ask in the group, look in the room where they are. And do you want to question this thing or kill it?
What?
I'm nodding yes. Question it.
He's good and secure, right? Like he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
you tied him up while he was unconscious. He's pretty secure.
All right. Well, check him, I guess, for weapons and.
Yeah, he had his longsword and his shield that he dropped when he was influenced by the command spell. So they're basically next to him on the ground. But there's nothing especially like unusual about the shield or the longsword. They're pretty ordinary.
Hey! Before you wake him up, let me check this out first, so that more hands in case he tries something.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll head over and see if I can lock that door that we had originally come in through.
This one?
Yeah, because there's still kobolds down the hall.
Yeah, but they can't get in through that door.
Well. Remember, too, that there's another door here that you guys are kind of not really interacted with so far. Right here.
Gotcha.
So you take a look at the door, and there is kind of a very simple lock on it, but it's just kind of sort of a like improvised like deadbolt sort of thing. It's not super sophisticated. One thing you definitely notice though is that there is no arrow trap on it.
So glad he's dead.
Yeah.
Sliced his lying tongue in half. Good job.
So,
I want to take another look at that brazier.
Okay. So I think,
and I want to tell everybody. I guess I want to know if I can turn into human form also at some point and just say, "Hey guys, drink this water. It's really refreshing. You might feel better." Since we've got Archie at -5 and Mugen at -1, and they won't eat their good berries for some damn reason.
I only have 2.
And they're decaying in your pocket.
Well, it's only been like
if I were to
2
believe
hours
you.
max since you got the berries. So it's not, they're fine for now. I'm just saying you can't just keep them forever. That's the only reason I mentioned the 24 hours. So you can absolutely turn back into human form. So is that what you're doing?
Yeah, all right. Let me do that.
And so you sort of realize that you can just release that natural energy that you had tapped into, and you find yourself shrinking and your claws receding, and now you're once again back in human form, as though that were the easiest thing ever. Luna, come on.
Awesome.
I don't know what she's barking at. Hang on.
Yeah, the bear's gone.
Maybe
Kobold down the hallway.
I'm a chick now. I'm not a bear. Don't be afraid, Luna. You know me. So
barky. Okay. Yeah. So you can kind of call out to them, but let's also give them a shot to
absolutely
take a look at this brazier.
All right. So am I rolling? Am I rolling Arcana again? What am I rolling?
Yeah. So do an Arcana check on this thing.
Ugh.
I want to investigate it.
You're the one that's proficient in this.
Is she?
I am not. No.
Well,
and
she's having trouble recalling what her lessons right now. So,
rush of battle. Trying to catch my breath.
Definitely get a sense that, like, oh my God, she's freaking out. All right. So yeah, once again, you're just kind of you can't place the details. Are you Mugen? You can do an investigation check.
All right. Well, I rolled a 1, but I'm lucky. I get to re-roll ones.
Oh, that's true. You do. That is one of his traits.
Oh, great. And that's 16 plus just 1. So 17.
All right. So what you see about the brazier is that it does seem to be enchanted in some way to kind of sort of be ever burning. Like there doesn't seem to be any fuel in it. It's just sort of burning. It's hotter and brighter than the normal fires. It looks like it doesn't require any fuel to keep it going, and there's no smoke, which might just be in and of itself the purpose of whatever magic is feeding it. Mm-hmm. But what you also see with that roll is that tucked away behind it is a little leather bag.
Oh! Yoink.
Yoink. And you open it, and it appears to be the hobgoblin's pay. It is 300 gold pieces in that leather bag.
Nice.
Mira, however, is standing right there, and she sees you grab it.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, you were staring at this for like 5 minutes, and you didn't see crap. So I'm just taking this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in the meantime,
you should make good choices. Make good choices.
What, you want some? Is that what this is? Are you sorting me now?
I'm just saying. You said we were friends, right? Are we not friends? I thought we were friends, Mugen.
Are we not friends?
You said we were friends. You said we were friends.
I'd like to believe that. But now I don't know with this attitude that you have all of a sudden. I feel judged. I came here to have a good time. And I'm feeling very attacked.
How about this? I believe that you have shown you are indeed on our side. And I am willing to give you a small token. We'll call it an olive branch. So I'm going to reach into my pocket. And I've got this coin that Travis gave us.
Bad penny.
The bad penny.
Yeah. So the are you going to tell him what it does?
Maybe I'll make him guess first. Okay, so little game. Go take this over to Archie over there and flip it in the air.
I'll add that it's not that it only works on Archie. It's that it works on whoever.
But it worked on him before, so I go try it.
Mm-hmm.
Go give it a shot.
Nah.
It's not, I promise.
Oh no! You.
I promise. It's not going to hurt him.
Right back into your hand, back in your pocket. There you go. That's a good elf. I think we're done here.
I tried. He wouldn't take my olive branch.
You tried. It's fair.
All right. If that's cool. I'm sure I'll find another use for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Amethyst. So now you want to yell out to these guys what you discovered about the water?
Hey guys, this water is real refreshing. Maybe take a sip. You might feel a little better. Your health might raise a little bit. And can I also like, what's going on with this door right next to me? Can I investigate that door?
Yeah. So let me just show you guys around the room now that you have some time to look at it. So let me scoot so you guys can see everything. All right. So this is the door that you came in, right? That led out to the cave entrance. Right. This is the door where the warg was. There's two small basins of water in there that don't seem to have the same sort of. They look pretty gross. Not polluted like the stream was, but just like you would expect a basin of water in the inside of a dark, gritty cave. So that's where the warg was. It also smells really bad in there, like the warg was in there for a while. Across from there is another stone door. This one is somewhat like the other door where you came in the sense that it's not been broken and refitted in the same way. It also looks like it hasn't been opened recently, but it's not, doesn't seem to be, like, at least from this end, you can't see that there's any locking mechanism. Up here, you have the room with the rune and the special brazier up there. And then there's two entrances to that room. And then from here where you are is just another double door, very much like the other one up here. Okay. It is not broken and refitted. But this one looks like it's been opened more recently.
Gosh.
Cool.
2 doors.
Who's going to check out the water?
Pardon?
Who else wants water?
Sure. Well, I was going to look in the room where Mugen and Mira is and say, so what'd you find in here?
Fancy
Don't
fire.
stand on that.
Oh, God. What did you do? You did something. I know you did something. What did you do?
You recognize now that if standing on it would activate the communication to whoever it's targeted to.
Right.
If you stand on it. So it might just be good advice that if he knows what it is too, he knows how they work. He's advising not to initiate contact. So meaning just the fact that he's saying not to stand on it doesn't necessarily tell you anything because he also knew what it was.
All right.
So can I hear any of this going on?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming we got this door that's open. You're not too far. You could also just come with them in there if like you came over in here. He's like, you guys, there's water in there, but guys, you're not listening to me.
Yeah, I just want to hear what they're saying.
So where do we think this communication, like, could this? I don't know that I want to stand on it, guys, but
don't stand on it.
This is where the hobgoblin was hanging out before he came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might have been talking to his boss.
Yeah,
I think that's probably a that seems reasonable given what we know and what we don't know. But the main thing we know is that you should not stand on that thing. Well, I mean,
we could try to lure him out if that's him. You know, say, hey, knock knock.
Well, maybe we don't want him to know where we are, since he probably knows exactly where this thing is.
All right. So, when you were describing the room, was that for all of us or just for her?
Well, you're all in it now, so I'm assuming that like you guys can explore at your leisure here. We're not taking turns. We're not an initiative, so. You're free to all walk around and see whatever you want to see about it.
Well, I'm going to go over by the door that looks like it's seen the most use.
This one?
Yeah.
Agreed. Me too.
Well,
y'all go get a drink, man.
Yeah, I'm going to cross down and get a drink.
You know she's not going to stop. Until...
Thank you. Finally,
all right, I'm going to go get some water. Jeez.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Who's going first?
I will.
All right. So you sort of just reach your hands back in, get some water, and you sip it, and it's very refreshing. But then you also you do feel sort of a warm, pleasant glow. Not like alcohol, but just like it's invigorating, and you are in fact healed by 5.
Sweet.
Oh my God.
5. Yeah.
It's so cute how concerned she is.
Yeah. So this is there.
I was so worried it was going to be like not points for bears, but.
All right. So are you taking some water too, Mugen?
I'll go up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you just sticking your face in there like a fox, or are you using your palms? What are you doing?
Well, I'm sticking my face in there, but doing a lap kind of thing. I'm not just like blah, 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 blah.
All right. And
your mom will yell at you for blowing bubbles in your drink, dude.
Yeah, I'm being cautious.
Yeah, so you experience much the same in the sense that the water is just very clean and good tasting, and kind of leaves you feeling a little energized, and you are also healed back up to your full. It would be 5, but you only were down 1, so it's Yep.
All right, so what do we have left? What did that little lying...
Remember, so you got your hobgoblin still tied up and unconscious over here.
All right.
The 2 goblins are dead, but they didn't really have anything of value on them, especially since Mugen already stole your 1 gold piece back.
And I tried to repay the favor, but no, he wouldn't take my gift. All right.
You mean your incredibly suspiciously offered gift?
You did kind of, you did set it up. Like
I can't make it too easy for him, guys.
She's a teenager. Give her a break.
All right. So we've got, what do we have left? We said the room with all the statues that was weird that kicks you out when you try to go through it. We still got Hobgoblin over there. Anybody know anything about that room? Do we think that goes to the temple? Or where the kobolds are?
Make a religion check, Nira.
What is my modifier? Got a 9 and 4, 13.
All right. So you recognize you are now in one of the. This whole cave seems to have been housing an ancient temple of some kind, and you are in one of the entry chambers of this temple. There's not a lot in the way of like shrines or anything here, but it is like one of the entrances to the temple. You are in it now.
Okay.
Now it seems to go deeper in, but that you have now entered the temple.
So, judging by the where on the floor and the door here, I think this is probably where our bad guys went. I don't know about that other door. Do you guys have thoughts?
Yeah, it would make sense to me that that would lead deeper in. I don't know that this guy's going to really give us any good information.
Well, we've got him tied up, though, and this water was refreshing enough to help you guys. Maybe if we give him a little bit, then, we can question him.
Why
Instead
don't we...
of just leaving him tied up, we should either kill him or question him.
Can we check out... He might know something about this room, but we might be able to get through it on our own. Do we want to go check out this statue room first? And then if we have problems, slap him around a little bit? Somebody else want to go ahead and check it out?
Well, I'd like to hear what Regan and Archie wanted to do.
I'll go first.
What do Regan and Archie think?
Let's go.
What'd you say, Jared?
I'll go first. Where's the statue room? Let's go.
All right. So are you...
As they go by, can I flip the coin at them? Just
go for it.
See if it has any effect on
all three of them. So Autarky, Mugen, Amethyst make wisdom saving throws. So this is make sure you're looking at the number that is by your saving throw on your sheet. So Amethyst, you have proficiency in wisdom saving throws. So you roll the d20 plus 5.
8. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Yeah, so Jared, I think you're plus 1.
Yeah, that's 10.
That's not one that I take the best of 2 rolls on, is it?
No. You got a 10, Jared, and then Autarky.
Mine's 16 minus 1, 15.
Yeah. Okay, so this time it gets everybody except Autarky. So this time Autarky, you kind of see the coin kind of flicker, but you're able to kind of avert your eyes and not stare at it. But Amethyst and Mugen find you as you see the coin flipping into the air, it kind of flashes at you, and you're just staring at it. And so basically, from Autarky and Nira's perspective, you guys are just staring, kind of transfixed at where the coin had flipped up for a moment.
Okay.
Your vision kind of clears, and you're like, "Huh? What?"
Are you sure you don't want this? It might come in handy.
Am I entranced? What's like?
No, you're not anymore. You were like it's sort of magically distracting, but it's only momentary.
Okay. Toots. That's a mumbo jumbo. I don't feel any magic of that kind.
Well, Travis is going to be really disappointed, but all right. Hey,
all
go
right.
on.
So
since you're not going to take my gift, I try.
So are you going through this door then? The one that seemed like it was opened more recently? Are you doing anything with the hobgoblin? You're leaving him there?
Jared was going to go first. Who are you wanting an answer from?
Yeah, we'll leave the hobgoblin for now.
Because I can't carry him. I'll just be honest. Out of my weight class.
Right. Okay, so I have to move the map a little bit if you're heading through here. So let me.
Can we drag the hobgoblin over like towards the door? So like we can keep an eye on him while those two go and.
You wanna leave him just like in the center of the room there while you're going through this door?
Was it?
Yeah. So you can see him. Is that what you wanted, or?
Well, was it just you two guys that were going? What was?
Whatever you guys wanted.
Are we all
I'm
going?
just saying to show. I have to move the map if I'm going to show what's in the next room.
I'll definitely.
I would also advise that you guys not split up.
Okay.
This is a general principle. That is not specific to this room. No, it's not specific to this room. This is just a general principle that a lot of these encounters are balanced based on having all of you guys there. So
yeah.
Well, it worked well before having Mugen scout ahead, so that was
okay. So you can certainly have him sort of creep in stealthily first, if that's what
just
you wanna
like
do.
peek in and see what's up. That's
Yeah.
it, you know.
Okay, so let me though shift the map. Okay, so I'm trying to have it. Okay, so Mugen, make a stealth roll.
All right. Ooh. That is a natural 20.
All right. So as you peek through the door and you enter this little antechamber here, you do not detect any noise or movement. All you smell is kind of the dust that you would expect in this sort of an environment. But you do smell, what smells like maybe humans that passed through not too long ago, like a matter of hours, but not much longer than that. Or much, and it's been at least a couple of hours too. As you enter the room, you're in this sort of immediate smaller room here, but these are both two open doorways. There's no closed door. And so through one, you see sort of in the corner, there's a statue of a Minotaur holding a spear. It's kind of just in the corner. Through this room, you can kind of see that the room continues in this direction past what you can see from where you are. But there's all the furnishings are in this room is basically there's this sort of fancy looking rug, and there's kind of a couple of like old wooden chairs kind of over to the side, but one of them's broken, and that's all that's kind of in this room that you can see from where you are. You don't see any or detect any movement or sound or anything.
All right. So here's the thing, gang. Nothing in this room up ahead, but it looks like we got two options. One is a place, it looks like there's at least one statue, maybe more. Maybe
Sorry.
more statues.
So let me just add one thing, because I forgot. The way the map is folded, you can't see it, but right here is a doorway. So you can see
I like
it
how you're motioning off camera.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So it is basically like if you were to take the left-hand path, I don't mean that metaphorically, but the left door past where the rug is, on the far wall, there's a door right here that's only not showing because of the way the map is folded.
Okay.
So it's right here, and the room does seem to continue further in the other direction, but you just can't see it from your angle.
Right. So we got a place that could have more statues. Definitely has the one. There's one statue, and then there's another room. All right. That looks better. Looks bigger. There's a rug. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but these stones are cold on my feet. And I guess I'm the only one here barefoot. That's fine. Whatever. Don't worry about my needs or concerns.
So you said there was a statue there. What kind of statue are we talking about? Just the one?
I could only see one. There may be more. I mean, I didn't go all the way into the room.
What kind of statue was it? Like, what was it a statue of?
Well, I mean, this is going to shock you, so I'm glad you're sitting down. But it looked like a Minotaur.
So not a soldier, not multiple soldiers. Okay. So either that's not the room the goblin was talking about, or he was lying.
Or the Minotaur gets to be a magic army of Minotaur statue soldiers. Stranger things have happened. Anyway, let's not go into that room is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it seems kind of fishy.
Yeah, let's find this box.
Yeah, let's go after the box. Any traces of where people went? Can you see, like, or sense where they may have gone? You got a nose on you.
I'll try not to take that personal.
It's a useful nose.
Yeah. Backtrack all you want. Can I smell which one's more obviously used, or is it just a general?
Not well. You can kind of smell that humans have come through this way, but it's not a real clear trail. It's been many hours at least since anyone came through here. And it seems like they maybe it doesn't seem to be a room that people are hanging out in.
Yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, they definitely went to the left-handed room.
All right. Let's follow the fox monkey.
All right. Are you?
I have a name.
So you're proceeding because this is just sort of a
totally
single
going.
doorway. So you're kind of, are you all proceeding? What order are you going?
I'm following right behind him. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm behind, but I would like to have my shield and all that stuff at the ready.
Okay. Staying in human form?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, you can turn back anytime you want as a bonus action on your turn if
right.
combat initiates.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so you're making your way in. As you get to this doorway, Mugen, you kind of catch that a little corner of the rug kind of ripples a little bit, almost like there was movement underneath it.
Oh. All right. I have that knowledge.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything.
Are you proceeding?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So, guys, should we drag the hobgoblin in here so we can continue to keep an eye on him, or just put him in a corner? Or kill him?
Yeah. So
just so you are aware of the rules,
he's going to tell others that we're here.
He's going to wake up at some point, probably in the next couple of hours, but he'll still be tied up. So.
Okay. So maybe we just tuck him into a corner and move on.
Okay. Are you going back to do that while they continue, or
if they agree? If they think
you're just gonna what are you gonna just?
Yeah, just kill him.
Throat
No, I was just gonna drag him into a corner of the room and leave him, but
let's not put
in
him
bear
with
form, for God's sake.
Don't put him with the rune. Keep him.
Right.
Oh wait, he shattered that door. Never mind.
Yeah, the door to where
pull
the
him into the room that I'm in right now, since it's out of the way and out of the main thoroughfare.
Toss him in the smelly warg room.
Okay. You're doing that?
I'll help.
Okay.
You just said don't get separated, so I wasn't going to go that far, but okay.
Well, if you want to do that, then they can either come back with you or whatever you guys want to do.
I kind of wanted to look in the warg room anyways to make sure there wasn't anything else in there. I don't think any of us did that.
I'll say that you guys did at least a preliminary glance in there, and it just seems to be basically that's the warg's room. It has the things you would expect there to be in for a monster wolf thing.
All right, so me and Nair are dragging this little beastie off into there.
All right, are you guys, are you holding or are you
I am investigating that rug.
Yes,
okay.
Of course you are.
So do an investigation.
I'm being sly about it. No one can tell I'm investigating.
No.
Okay. Well, roll your investigation check then.
All right, that's 14. Yeah, that's a 14.
Okay, so it's a pretty nice rug. It's a little bit like the water. It seems a little bit out of place. Like the rest of the stuff in this place is really old. This seems newer and nicer than the surroundings. It's unusual for it doesn't seem like it was probably left here all of these hundreds of years since the temple was in operation. But then as you lean in close to it, the end of it rears up, and leaps over the top of you, and it just like wraps itself around you, rolls you up like a little burrito. Everybody roll initiative.
We gotta fight around, guys.
Damn it! It's hurting tanks. I swear.
I got 10.
I got 7. Do I add anything to it?
So it's your dexterity modifier. There's also the initiative thing up at the top. So
I'm down at 4.
Mine's 9.
Okay.
So that's 22.
22. Okay. So it is your turn first.
Clearly.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Nira, you were 9, you said?
10.
10. And then Articree. What was your roll?
4.
4. Okay. All right. So
do I have a chance to dodge this at all?
Well,
that's my question. Okay,
yes.
The answer is no.
Technically, yes, but I was skipping past it because it's going to have to be really high. Do a dexterity check, not a saving throw, just a check.
You squirt out of that thing like a really cheap burrito, like.
Just a 6.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Sorry. I did do a roll for it, but it was really high, which is why I didn't kind of. Basically, it is your turn, and that check was for the initial attack.
Okay.
So it is your turn, but before you can even do anything, this thing is squeezing you almost like a constrictor snake, and so you actually need to take 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage.
2d6 plus 3. I did not bring my d6 up with me.
Oh,
damn it, Nira! She told us not to.
I can do a roll for you.
Yeah, don't you roll
it?
Go ahead. I trust you.
People usually don't
Dumbass
damage
fault for
themselves.
going to check out they could have come with us.
1,
I know.
4.
You had to
So
check out the road.
that's 5 plus 3 is 8. You suffer 8 points of crushing damage. It's like it's squeezing you. But that's at the beginning of your turn. So you are wrapped up in this thing. You cannot see through it. You can barely move, and you feel like you can't really even take in a breath. It's squeezing you too tight. But you do get to your dexterity is better than your strength. So for you would want to make another dexterity check to try to wriggle out of this thing.
Do I get to use the saving throw this time?
No, it's just a check, because this is what it's doing is grappling you.
Sure.
So it's basically its strength against your dexterity.
I see. 13.
Okay, well that does it. So you feel it squeezing you, and you took the damage, but you managed to, kind of contort yourself and crawl out the opening, and get out of the end. So you are able to kind of duck out to the side, and you're no longer grappled, but that is your turn. And so like once it feels that you have slipped away from it, it kind of unrolls again, and it's kind of waving menacingly.
Don't stand on that.
So it is your turn, Nira, but you're all the way back here. But I'll go ahead and say that it's plausible you would have heard some activity.
Okay,
just
well,
then.
I'm gonna go running.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so if you want to use your action, you can move another 6.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But
Because I can't
1,
do anything
2,
else. So
3, 4, 5, 6. So you can get here. But then but then that's your action for the turn. How about you, Amethyst?
So I'm going to run back.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to use my action or not.
Okay, so you'll be right there if you don't. And so
Fine,
because
chase the elf.
1, 2, 3. So you can get into here if you want.
I'll stay in the doorway behind Archie since I'm in my Wii form.
All right. Okay, so now it's your turn, Ottercree.
I want to rip it to shreds.
Just gonna attack it with your sword?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So roll your attack.
Okay. Regular sword plus 5. 4. 9.
Oh, baby.
Unfortunately, the rug, despite ordinarily being an inanimate object, is able to weave out of the way, and in fact, actually, it kind of does a little bit of the bullfighter flourish as it dodges your swipe with the sword. And so now it is the rug's turn, and so it's going to it ripples in this direction toward Nira, and it's going to try to grapple you now.
Great.
And so basically, it's making a strength check against your strength or dexterity are the same modifier. So just pick. Are you going to just try to physically fight this thing off, or are you going to try to kind of dodge out of the way of it?
We'll try to dodge.
All right. Wait, hang on. So let's see. Okay, what's your roll? Is your dexterity modifier?
With my dexterity modifier, 3.
Okay, this thing.
I'm not going to use that dice anymore.
you kind of you go to dodge, but it just seems like it anticipates your movement. Then you're just wrapped up, standing on end, and you kind of.
Right. So Wrath of the Storm, then. I've got 2 left. It's touching me.
Yeah. Usually that's supposed to be for a melee hit. Let me just double check the rule just a little bit.
It's against my skin, but I don't see why. Well, I just shock the hell out of the thing.
I have no problem with that. I stand beside you.
Well, let's see. Hits you with an attack, and I'm going to count. It's grappling. It's grappling you. That's an attack. It succeeded in grappling you. That's hitting with an attack. So this works, but just go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, I don't have that up. What is it?
It's I believe it's like 2d6.
Where are those things?
2d8 lightning or thunder damage.
Lightning.
Lightning. Okay. So roll 2d8.
I got 8 and 2.
Okay, 10. So basically, as this thing wraps around you, you use your sort of furious reaction to just the electrical crackling and everything leaves out, but you've got your arms like pinned to your sides.
Oh no.
And so although the electricity does do 5 damage to the rug, you also take 5.
Fuck.
I'll
go back and get a drink of water in a minute.
You're welcome.
Right. So let's see. So that was the rug's turn. So now it's Mugen's turn. And I'll go ahead and say that you guys were able to see that whatever she did with the electricity, you see her kind of grunt in pain as it ripples around. So you get the impression that she is also taking damage at the same time that she heard it.
Okay. Mugen's turn? Is that, or is it?
Yeah, it's
are you
Mugen's
waiting
turn.
Oh, okay.
Can you move the map so I have a better idea of what the...
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, sometimes what I can see on here, you guys seem to say you don't see it, so.
Maybe move it down.
I mean, is it not obvious right now? I don't know what you guys need to see. It looks fine on my screen.
Should we be able to see the entire room?
Oh yeah,
because I can see like to the one end of it.
Yeah, you're right. Let me just really quick see if I can. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Christiana.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I have to place some more stuff that you guys can't see if I'm doing this. So, so what you all right, so it's long is the problem. So it doesn't so to show that whole hallway.
Is that the same room?
Yeah, so
I feel like that's the.
Hang on, just a second. Give me just a second. Okay, the problem is that it's hard to show you some parts and not other parts. All right. So what you can see now, past where this rug, well, you can't actually see anything right now, Nira, because you are wrapped up like a cocoon. But so you are currently grappled by this thing. You were back here still, I think, like that. Okay, so
Yep.
All right, so this was the room where the statue is. And then down this long corridor, you can see that there's a door on the far end. This shape is bad for the camera, the way I've got it. Because it's not long and contained like. So as you look down this long hallway, there's a door on the far end of it. And there's a smaller door to the left of that. And then remember that there's also a door right here.
Okay.
That's currently closed. So I'm moving it back like this so that's what's in that hallway. That's all you can see. But all right, so it's your turn, Mugen. Did that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There's some broken chairs in the room, you said?
Yeah.
And everything else is stone.
Yeah. It's pretty bare, except for the kind of some slight, some old and some slightly busted up wooden furniture. And then, the statue. There's not much else in here.
So, and the rug looks exactly like it does in the map there. There's no like dangling tassels or fringe or
well, I'll say that when the electrical kind of discharge went through it, there is a little bit of a like one of the corners is sort of like there's a tassel that's sort of flopping, like it's not quite working like it should. You do feel like you could maybe like grab it, but it's not like a tear or an unraveling. It's just kind of like sort of flopping out there.
Oh, well, that's good
now,
enough.
What I will say though is that like you guys, what you're seeing is that she looks like she's wrapped up in a rug and kind of wriggling. So you could just kind of grab it and try to pull it open.
Yeah, well, that's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's the one chair that's solid and one chair that's broken.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to take out my rope.
Okay.
I'm going to weave it and tie it around the legs and back and arms of both the broken chair and the other chair.
Okay. They're kind of over around here. So you're kind of like, so wait, you've got the ropes around the chairs?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll need more information before I know if anything can happen.
Right. All right. And so then I'm going to take, but I'm still leaving plenty of rope.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the other end of the rope and tie it to the
like that, the
dangly part.
Dangly part. Okay. I'm gonna make you do a dexterity. No, do a sleight of hand roll to try to make that.
All right. That's a 12.
Okay. That's with your modifier?
I know. I rolled a 2.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay. So this thing is kind of.
Die.
You do sort of get the rope wrapped around it, but it's kind of wiggling too much for you to really secure a knot yet. Okay. So you can kind of continue holding it, but it's not tied. So right. You've got a handle on it though. All right, Nira, it is your turn, but before you can take any action, you have to you have this rug is trying to smother you. So you need to take 2d6 plus 3 damage.
3 and 5, 8 plus 6?
Plus 3.
Plus 3. 8 and 3 is 11.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm about to die. I'm down to 4.
Okay. Oh, I didn't update so you're at 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I updated your total HP elsewhere, but I didn't have it here. So okay.
But it's my turn, right?
Yeah. So now you get to make again. It's the same modifier, but you're either trying to just sort of brute force unroll this thing, or you're trying to wriggle out like Mugen did. But I mean, that's just flavor. It's the same roll either way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll roll and see what I get. Doesn't really matter. 15 plus 2.
All right. Yeah. So, well, tell me which one it is, because that's how
we'll do strength.
All right. So you're sufficiently mad at being forced to endure your own lightning damage that you just kind of, and you just push your arms out and you just basically force this thing to unwrap and release you. And so you're able to jump out of the way, and it kind of wheels back, but it's also a little bit off balance because Mugen's got the tassel in his hand. But Mugen, this thing is a bucking bronco. It is strong. It is kind of just pulling you around with it. So are you going to continue to try to hold on to it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Amethyst, it's your turn.
I want to cast Entangle on it.
Okay. Let's see. Entangle. So
90-foot damage, no damage. It's 90-foot range, no damage hold.
Mm-hmm. I'm just double checking what the. Okay, so the rug gets a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And it's against your spell DC, which is I believe it's 13. Yeah, so basically you speak the words for entangle, and then from the stone floor, as though it were just soil, like just these clinging vines, start growing up, and they try to twist around and just grab at this rug, but it's just too strong to be restrained. So it still has a little bit more trouble, like it can't move as quickly where the vines are, but the vines are not able to hold it down. So they're still kind of grasping at it, so it's slowed down while it's standing there, but it's not restrained. And then you can still move. That was your action.
If I do like a half distance, can I drag Nira closer towards the door and away from the rug?
That would be another action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I want to get in front of Nira.
Okay. All right. All right.
Shut up. You turned me into a mom with this game. Shut up.
All right. So Ottercree, it is your turn. This thing, by the way, is still, it's a little bit singed, but it seems in pretty good shape still.
Yeah. So I'm going to take another swing at it.
All right.
With my sword.
Oh, shit. Can I turn into bear form? I get one more time to do that.
Yes. So you can't still attack on this turn, but you can use your bonus action to.
Meat shield. Yes, please.
And then the force of you transforming actually, your
I need a mouse.
Bumps Nira backwards.
Watch it with that thing.
Nope.
She has literally turned into Mama Bear, you guys.
I just wanted to be a panda bear. You guys did this other shit. Y'all running in different rooms and shit. I wasn't gonna herd cats, but damn it. Mom has come out.
All right, so I'm going to swing.
Shut up, Starla.
14 plus 5, 19.
Okay, so you get it this time, and you slash at it. So roll your damage.
Got 1d8
plus 5.
Plus 5, so 6.
Okay. So you definitely get some of the rug this time with your sword, and you can see that the blade cuts through some of the cloth, and so it is a little bit tattered in that spot. There's kind of a split, and it's a little bit some loose threads there, and it kind of ripples away. It doesn't make any noise. It's a rug, but it's still moving pretty well.
It's the sound of one rug flapping.
Right. So it's because I'm going to say you moved right there.
Yeah.
Because you just attacked it, it's now going to try to grapple you. So make I think you would want to make a strength check. Is better than your dexterity. Yeah. So make a strength check to fight this thing off.
So I get a 14 plus 3. 17.
All right. So it tries to just leap up on you and wrap itself around you again, but you're able to just backhanding it with your arm and forcing it away. You're able to get it off of you without it being able to grapple you.
Yay.
All right. That was the rug's turn. So Mugen, you're up again.
All right, let's get this thing tied.
All right. So make another sleight of hand.
Darn it, that's just a 3. That's a 13.
All right. Well, so I'm going to say you kind of get a knot this time.
All right, great.
Are you releasing it as you complete the knot?
Yeah, but I'm going to hold on to the rope.
Okay, so as soon as you let go, it kind of sort of rears away from where you were, and you feel the chair that it's now tied to be yanked back towards you, and basically, it kind of burns through your hands just a little bit, not damage, but it's a little friction burn, and you find yourself now actually sitting in the wooden chair, holding the rope that it's tied to, getting dragged around by this rug.
All right.
And it is definitely moving slower now because it is both tied to you in the chairs, and there's the entangle vines. It's definitely having more trouble moving around right now. All right, Nira, your turn.
Which means it's a perfect time for Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
All right. So I'm going to say it gets a disadvantage at its dexterity check. And it fails. So the radiant column of flame appears from the ceiling again and just drives right down into the center of this thing. And you see this, white hot, radiant, holy fire just, and it kind of shudders as it's being burned. So roll your damage.
What was that? 1d8?
I think it's 1d8.
I really got it. I can't keep. I keep scrolling back and forth. Ooh, I rolled an 8.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you can definitely see, like this thing's taken some damage now. It's got kind of a scorched, smoldering patch. Like I'm putting my hand on my back, like that somehow makes anything clear. But like if this rug had a back, that's where it would be. Is this sort of scorched spot on it, and you can definitely see it's moving much more sort of jerky now, and it has sort of a little bit of a tear, and it's still singed a little bit from the electricity earlier. It's still moving though. It's still up and going. Do you want to move from where you are? Because you could have backed into like this room, or you could have tried to get around some other way. Because that sacred flame is a distance, you know.
Right. I'm gonna back more towards the door we came in.
Okay, rather than going into the room.
Yeah,
with the statue.
not quite that far. Like I still want to be in the room, but yeah.
All right.
But I just don't want to get caught again. Like I can't afford that.
Yeah. All right. So the all right. So that it's Amethyst. It's your turn now. You. Beast mode.
Okay. So it's still flopping around.
Yep.
And it's still got Mugen attached to it.
Well, yeah. So he's kind of lassoed it,
on the
but
rope
he's just
with the
he and the
chair.
chairs have not really got enough mass to hold this thing still. It's kind of like it's still kind of tethered. It can't quite move as freely as it wanted to, and then the vines are still on the ground, making it difficult for it to like get as much purchase on the ground. So it's slowed, but it's still active. It's still trying to do stuff.
I was never trying to anchor it. I just want.
Okay.
The plan
wanted
is
to ride it.
Well, and that's for right now, I wish I wasn't in bear form because I would want to ask it shit and see if it would answer me. But
it's a rug.
So
it doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
What?
It doesn't have a mouth. It's a rug.
Well, it's clearly magical, hooker. Come on. I mean, it doesn't have strength either. It's a rug.
As a bonus action, Nira, make an Arcana check.
18 and 2, so I got 20.
So you recognize that this is just a magically animated rug. It's not like a spirit. It really has no sort of real mind of its own. It's just an inanimate object that has been animated by a spell.
Don't hold back, guys. This is just a rug. It's got a spell on it. So just tear it to shreds.
So I'm gonna tear it to shreds.
All right. So you get to make your bite and your claws. So it's
yes, please.
Each one is a D5, or a D20 plus 5. Tell me which one you're doing for each.
So I'm doing the bite first.
Okay.
So 4 plus 5 is 9.
All right. So you snap at it with your enormous panda bear jaws, but it sort of jerks out of the way, and you don't manage to get any of the material in your mouth. I'm going to swipe at it now, and that's another D20 plus 5.
So 21 with the plus 5.
All right. So you definitely get a whole mitt on it now. So roll your 2d6 plus 4 for your claws.
2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9.
All right. So you swipe at it with your claws out, and you tear into it, and you feel like it tearing through it, and it's got kind of a whole corner that's sort of flopping loose now, and it's in very rough shape, but it is still able to move around, but it's in rough shape now. So Otacree, it's your turn.
He's muted.
Yep.
Unmute. He's not picking. There you go. Nope.
Sorry, I was
There
rolling.
He's already mapping.
Swing for the fences. 18 plus 5.
All right, that'll hit.
20 something.
Yep. Roll your damage.
I'll just do regular damage. I was trying to think if I want to do this smiteful thing, but I'm going to save that. The 1d8. Pew. We We got 5, 10.
All right. So you swipe with your sword, and it in fact tries to dodge, but it just actually anticipates you wrong, and it just goes just right where it shouldn't. And your sword, you kind of just do this thrust with upward follow through, stab right through the center of it, shoot, just rip it in half from the middle up. And as you tear it, it just kind of quivers a little bit. It just falls limp, and it is now once again just a rug.
They really
no longer tying the rug together. All right, congratulations! You guys get you each get 110 XP for that.
485. So first thing I'm gonna go back and do, I'm gonna get a drink. Need some water.
All right, I'm not gonna move the map back over there, but
that's fine.
I'll let you do that. And so that brings you up to 9 because it can do 5 HP damage.
Can I do it multiple times?
You drink from it and you feel like sort of the magical energy, but then when you go for a second swallow, and it still tastes clean, but you don't feel that same magical glow.
All right, I'm gonna have to. I've got the 2 berries, so I'm gonna have to pop those in.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop a berry.
All right. What are you at now,
11, Starla?
I am at 11 now.
What are you at now, Mugen?
How good are the berries?
They're 1 HP each.
They're 1 HP, and you're down to half health. Just saying.
I don't remember what you were at before you ate the berry.
I was at 16.
Okay.
And then I had 8 damage or 6 damage.
I think
it was 8 damage.
Yeah. Okay, so you would be at 9 for if you eat the 1 berry.
The 1 berry.
All right. Okay, so now with the rug dispatched, I'll let you kind of inspect the room if you want, but otherwise, I think before we would move on to the next chamber, that's a good place to stop it for tonight.
So, can we inspect the chairs a little bit? Like, is there anything special about them? They're just chairs, aside from the ropes he's tied around them?
Investigation check.
Okay. 15 and 2. Yeah, 17.
They seem like ordinary chairs.
Of course. I had to check.
No, sure. Brilliant. You have to check.
So it's the long corridor. We can see the door at the other end, and there was a room to the other side too, correct?
Yeah, so basically other than where you came in, there's 3 doors out of where you are. Sorry, this long room totally defeats my camera setup. So basically, all right. So here's where you came in, right? Here's the door. There was 2 ways. So here's the room that has the statue. Here's the room here's the room with the rug. There is a door right here.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you go down this long hallway, whoops, you don't see that.
Nope.
There are 2 doors. There's a door at the far end and a smaller door to the left of that. Neither of them seem like they've been opened recently.
Okay. I'm actually a little surprised that when Amethyst bumped me, that I didn't get chucked in that other room and have like the statue come to life or something, which I totally see happening.
Well, yeah. So I haven't had it. None of you have entered that room so far. You can also, if you just want to do more of an investigation, to go to look, see what you can see through, because there's a just open doorway here. You can just see into it.
Yeah, I want to do that, and I just kind of want to just like duck and not quite go all the way into the room, like in the doorway, and see what I can see.
Okay, so make an investigation. Well, so like, what are you looking for?
Well, the statue specifically, I'm a little concerned with, but I feel like I would have to get closer to really investigate that, and I'm not.
Well, so I guess what I'm saying is like if you wanted to try to get a sense if there was anything magical in the room, that would be one check. If you want to try to know more about what the statue might be of, that's like what its purpose would have been, that might be a religion check. You see what I mean? Just like, so like what sorts of things are you trying to know? Because if you're just trying to say, is there anything funny in here? I might just make you make an investigation check.
Yeah, well, I've got the detect magic spell, but I'm like holding on to my
I believe you can do that one as a ritual. So if you want to just sit here for 10 minutes, you can.
I don't think we're doing anything else.
Yeah.
But I got any problem with that? Yeah, I can. Sweet. Yes, I want to do that.
Okay, so everybody else, you want to just hang out while she spends 10 minutes on that?
I'm going to
check anything else out while you're
fall asleep in real life.
Jared?
I'm about to fall asleep in real life, so
we're almost done.
Just letting everybody know. I'm slowly sinking deeper and deeper down.
So everyone's going to just sit and twiddle their thumbs while you do the detect magic then?
I was actually going to ask if there was a polite way for the bear to nudge the fox over to the water without being offensive and reminding him that there's a way to heal.
What I'll you know,
because he's still he was at half health.
I will fast forward to pointing out that when Nira tried to drink from it a second time, she didn't get healed a second time.
Well, but okay. Oh, that's right, because she didn't drink from it the very first time.
Nope,
right.
I wasn't.
Okay. All right, gotcha. So it only ever works that one time. Got it.
Yeah. Well, you could get the sense that there's might be more to it, but it doesn't work this soon.
Gotcha.
All right. And by the way, once you have your detect magic up and going, Nira, it's only tells you stuff within 30 feet of you, but you can hold it in concentration and walk back into any of the other places you've been so far and get a sense of the detect magic for anything that's within 30 feet of wherever you go. You can hold it for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that I'll say that you've cast the ritual. You're standing here. What you sense from this statue is that there's kind of a very faint, lingering aura of spiritual magic from it. You suspect that it might when this temple was like actively used for whatever its original purpose was, it may have been more magical. But whatever that is seems like it's very faint now and probably couldn't do anything. And then you also the rug is now sort of deactivated, but you certainly sense like the broken remnants of that spell. And also from here, you can't really sense this stuff through the wall. But you can definitely sense that on the other side of this door. It's because it's blocked by the wall. You can't get a full reading on it, but there's definitely some powerful magic in that room.
Which room?
The room through the door on this this hallway here. Likewise, there's some like really even more powerful magic down the long hallway. That reads as spiritual magic versus arcane magic.
Okay. So can we pretend that I repeated that to everybody?
All right. Yeah. So I think we'll.
Because we need to.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's what we'll call it from now, and I'll kind of remind everybody what your detect magic told everybody. So that does it for this time, everybody. Yay! Thank you guys for playing. It's so much fun.
Extra life to our extra life.
That's right. So I did my 24-hour stream already this past weekend, and you can see the archives of almost all of it on this my YouTube channel. And it's not too late to donate to mine, but we also have ongoing efforts from Starla and Viv, and so you guys you tell about yours.
Well. And Chooch.
Yeah.
And Chooch is doing it as well.
Yeah, I have not been very active, but
well, tonight brought me up to 13 of my 24 hours since I'm having to spread mine out. And I set my original goal for myself at 250 and I'm at 175. I trash talked myself into having to buy a game for whoever wins the highest donations. And I now realize that with Christiana and Starla at like $500 and I'm at 175. I'm just getting ready. Oh, congratulations!
I know, I was so excited. Well, Christiana pulled ahead of me this past weekend. I was a little nervous, but then I came out with the big prize pack that I have for this week, and I'm taking all of the donors that I've had over all the weeks, and I'm going to draw a name from that, and it's got
that's so cool.
It's the Harley Quinn Q-Fig, and it's a Joker pop figure. It's the head of it. It's his mug. Like it's a coffee mug. There's a Joker hat. There's Harlequin nail wraps from Espionage Cosmetics. There's a mini pop of Harley Quinn. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, and the Joker and Harley Quinn Funko action figures. So all of that in one big giveaway, and I'll draw for that on Monday from all of the donors that I've had up through the end of business Sunday. Until I get up on Monday morning and draw for this thing. So I'm up to 513 now. I'm doing my 24-hour stream beginning Saturday morning, and I will be doing that primarily on Twitch because I'll be playing on Xbox. I was trying to figure out DA2 on the computer, but like there's just too many buttons. I couldn't do it. I tried, and we couldn't get the controller to work with my Mac. So. So y'all get Inquisition from scratch. I'll take, like, if I get donations throughout the day, you know, I'll do things like I'll go on nightmare mode for like a half an hour, something like that, and die all of the times. But it'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm already planning out my snacks.
Yay! Oh, Viv, I think it looks like did you drop for a moment or something? Because I see you in here twice.
I know, it's weird. It dropped. It gave me the oh snap screen.
That's weird.
And I disappeared and everything went on.
Oh, welcome back.
I don't know how to get rid of the other me.
It's gone.
It dropped.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Let's get it done.
Acknowledge it, and then it went away.
Yeah.
I was done.
Cool.
Right. So
so Chooch and I, by the way, did you mention what we're doing Friday night? Okay, do you want to explain?
Yeah. So Friday night, we're going to be playing Rock Band.
For Extra Life.
So our a friend of ours has a Twitch channel, Nitro Pirate. And Friday night about, I think we usually, what is it like? It's 8 or 9 Eastern when we go live.
I think we go live at 9, but we'll update that in our feed for sure.
And play for 3 hours. 3-4 hours. And yeah, so people can request us to sing certain songs or join in the fun, rock out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It's way more fun than it should be because they've got like lasers and lights and a fog machine, and they keep the window open on the room. And so when we were there last time, there were 2 little kids outside the window singing along with us. And like, we had a like actual live little audience outside the window. It was so adorable. I do not sing as a standard, but I will sell out my humiliation for $25 donations. I'll sing a song on Twitch live, as awful as it's going to be. Because it's to all benefit.
Is there a song list that we can choose from?
If you
not that I'm going to do this.
They have. Oh, honey, they have a ton of songs. And if they don't have it and I can buy it, I will.
I'll have to see if we can, if we can post the list somewhere.
Yeah, well, I will. We will check with Nitro Pirate himself. But I already plan on adding to it because it is a lot of fun. And again, I actually raised $100 in donations the last time I sing, so kind of feeling like I need to hit that number again.
All right. So I guess the only remaining thing to mention is Mugen has live tweeted once again during this adventure. So everybody, if you follow at Real Mugen, that's Muugen. So Real Mugen, he's been tweeting throughout this adventure.
I can't wait to catch up.
So levels hashtag. So
that's an easy way to jump on there. So many levels.
Yes.
So I think we'll draw this episode then to a close. I'm going to give my personal MVP award this episode, though, to Otterkey for using command on the hobgoblin. That guy was rough, and you did not let him get an attack off. That guy was supposed to be so much harder than that. You just dispatched him with one spell. Well done. So, I'm actually giving you 1 point of inspiration for that, which just means that you can spend that at any time to re-roll any roll you don't like how you rolled. You can also choose to give your point of inspiration to someone else, but it's a one-time use.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
What's the experience points for the next level? Like, what are we looking at?
When you get to 900, that's level 3.
Okay.
So,
I was just wondering.
You got some under your belt.
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah.
So clearly we're in a place where we can't take a long rest.
Well, it's certainly more hazardous than outside, probably. Because again, long rest is like time is passing inside.
I know.
So
I know.
So what qualifies as a short rest?
1 hour. Yeah, but we can revisit that
right
at the beginning of next time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So we'll leave it there for now, and we'll be back. Just next week, right? Or everyone good?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Looks like this is our thing.
Yay! All right. So bid you all good night, everybody. From so many levels.
Go
We bid
get
you
some
good night
levels.
on so many levels.
Sweet.